I'm Grace Dent. I am the restaurant critic for The Guardian, and I have a podcast called Comfort Eating. I think it was a very optimistic discussion this evening because it's people that have really, really thought about it. They haven't just sat in the house grimacing about the state of the world. They're all people that are doing things to change the future. I am as far inside the industry as you could possibly be, and I learned so much tonight about the future of food. Air protein, I still don't quite know what it is, and it sounds disgusting, but it is apparently what we're all going to be eating in about 5 years' time. Something about grabbing things out of the air and making it into fake bacon. But, you know, I think that if you went 5-10 years ago, we wouldn't have been eating so much corn and all this, you know, lab meat and these things that are coming through. So yeah, it was really fascinating for me to hear. I didn't know anything about vertical farming, and now I feel like I've had an absolute masterclass in how to take on the top of a building and grow lettuces in a third of the time. I came here tonight feeling as if I know exactly what's hip and now and coming in the world of food. But I really didn't, because I spent 2 minutes sitting on that seat and learned about mood foods. Now, these are ice cream that makes you happy before you go to bed, and things, you know, yogurt that makes you calm. I didn't know anything about that, and I'm most excited about that because I love the idea of controlling your mood with the things that you eat. So yeah, I mean, I realise now that I've lived quite a sheltered existence, even on MasterChef. Ice cream you can have before bed that makes you happy. This is the future. You heard it here. I'm very sympathetic to people that can't break the pattern of using supermarkets. I think it's all very well and good to tell people to shop micro-local and not to go near Asda or Sainsbury's, but these places are incredibly convenient. I think that maybe you have to try and occasionally use other places and make good choices when you're within the supermarkets. But at the end of the day, look, the supermarkets do hold the power. They really, really do. Are we powerless? No, we have choice to go to other places, but the supermarkets do have the power, and they do need to be more. They do need to be more ethical. I actually do really enjoy a supermarket. I think that supermarkets are part of the fabric of our society, and we feel warm and happy when we're in them. Like 10 a.m. on a Tuesday in Asda, when it's nice and quiet, listening to Asda FM and having a scoot around, once you pass 35, is one of the nicest things that you can do with your life. So although it is nice to say, oh yeah, I went to a farmer's market or I did these things, I think that, you know, the British actually do love a supermarket. Everybody that was sitting in the audience tonight, they might say that they don't like supermarkets, but I bet they absolutely do like hanging around the reduced cabinet at 5 o'clock, getting amazing bargains. You know, I think that trying to break the British attitude towards supermarkets is very difficult because it's been with us since we were children. Supermarkets need to change and do change, and they change all of the time. There's incredibly clever, well-paid people pulling the strings in supermarkets to make them so exciting. You know, they're not idiots, and these places do change. So yeah, I mean, look, they are moving with the times. I hardly ever buy meat for my house. There's hardly ever meat in my house. People are really surprised at that because I'm a restaurant critic, but I love animals, and if I can get away with not killing them, I'm really happy. And this doesn't go down very well with all the other critics or the chefs, but I live as vegan as I can. So, you know, I love all this. I love all this lab-reared meat. I love corn. I love this. I love things that look like pieces of meat, because I think if you're buying some really cheap meat, or, you know, how much meat is in a Greggs sausage roll anyway? Events like the Festival of Ideas just fills me with absolute glee. You know, the fact that these clever quirky, strange events happen, and people come out and watch. Every time I ever do an event like this around the country, I think, who's going to come on a Monday night? And you walk out and there's hundreds of people, and it's really heartwarming. People they want to throw ideas around, and they want to learn, they want to expand their brain, and then they just want to go home and have a cup of tea and go, that was nice. And it's lovely, it's really wholesome. I love Leeds, and I love eating here, I love staying here, I love the people, they really, really make me laugh. I love going out and getting slightly too tipsy here, and I love going with a hangover to the food in the market on a Saturday. And I like Manjeet's kitchen, and I love the owl. And no, it's just, there's so much exciting things happening here. There's a reason why so many people leave London and run to Leeds, because it's just a really magical place.